mind bender. You could start to create. I mean, we've had conversations about creating all those other things in front of you while you're trying to like open them, so you can get somewhere, so you can see the distance.
If I sit down and I observe my breath and I breathe heavy and I do whatever it is and I do these certain things and gotta wake up every morning and work really hard in all these different ways, whatever it is, like, because if I do it, lining up walls in a certain way, I'm getting further, I'm gonna reach this thing. It's like, at the end, you gotta take down the walls. I can see this, that's like the ultimate step, is the what happens when we see what happens when the requirements are met. People have weird experiences or epiphanies, or suddenly they learn, or people completely change their lives around. So we know what happens when the requirements are met. We know what people think they have to do to reach those requirements. Any kind of spiritual practice or anything leaning in that direction, whether it is huge climactic experience, throw somebody off a cliff, devastation and suffering, or huge elation and things that just like are ecstatic to them, like tip them over, like seeing the Milky Way, or going to an event that just like blows their mind and like, holy crap, I didn't know that was so good, like so bad or so good, and anything between that just flips them to, like, we know that people think that they can get amazing experiences, which are, anytime somebody says an amazing experience, it means just a glimpse at the requirements that we all know that can be met to see something beyond our normal perception. Like, that's all when anybody says, this is gonna be, I had a great experience, or I'm doing this because, they won't phrase it this way, but I want to go to this concert or do this thing or something, whatever it is, for this amazing experience, because it'll open up my framework to a perception, because I know that there are certain things that we can do that are in search of meeting certain requirements for certain experiences. That's the chain. And what will happen when nobody is using it or needing I want to say, it's not phrasing like needing this as a crutch or requiring to do the things to meet those requirements, but when it's no longer I guess you could say, the unending infinite search that humanity has been on to figure out what to do to meet those requirements, and people have learned the basics of life so that those requirements are natural to meet. The next phase of humanity would be more like exploring those requirements when met to open up to even more of the wacky potentials of how to experience life. And then what these books are, or what I'll hopefully end up writing, is a lot of the middle of, if people have figured out perception and are now playing with perception to see ethereal elephants, or how to, these patterns arranging to go into underwater reefs and enter like a domain of Dre Ray, or like just other variations of all the
magical stuff.
Magic. I don't use that word enough, probably. Yeah. Magical stuff. When people are exploring the magical stuff that is innate to humanity, then what happens to humanity?
There you are.
Do I know you? No, but you're there.
I guess that makes me think of what you're saying about FUD talking and the isness and how we don't have a word for, or like, saying something is ising along, is doing, really saying like, it's like a positive way of saying something rather than like it's not.
I can do something instead of I cannot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
really,
do not.
ising is just like a neutral thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just to say it in words, to express it as a happening, as contrary to a non-happening, doesn't really make sense.
Even the words like we need a word. It's like you could skip it and say we need word, because what else?
Yeah.
Like we need no word. We need a word. Like why do we have to positively imply word, or negatively imply word? Like the negative implies but if you say word and nothing else, it's already the neutral. It's the positive.
Yeah.
Word was there instead of not.
Yeah.
So you have to say not word if you're emphasizing word but not.
Yeah.
Like it's. Why did you think of that?
I guess from the "there you are" thing of just what's there without saying
Right.
this is there. It is there.
Dog with leash compared to crocodile with leash.
Yeah.
Dog with leash is, you see it, it's just there. You don't have to say it is there. You see it. How do you even phrase this well?
Yeah, I know.
It's just
basically it's like how do you emphasize, or why emphasize things that are obvious, or not why, but
like,
when one is emphasizing what's so obvious, it's kind of redundant because it's so obvious.
Like
so
you said, dog with leash. There's nothing that needs to be emphasized there because it's that. If you were to say crocodile on leash, like if you just walked around casually in like a diner with people around and said crocodile on a leash, everybody would listen. If you said dog on leash, nobody would listen.
Yeah.
like they would hear it.
Yeah.
They would listen, have a recognize of what it is, not think twice about dog on leash.
Well, that makes me think of
but the other one is there.
Yeah.